Is Mark Cuban running for president, CJ? That's what the streets are speculating after some pretty big business moves from Mark Cuban over the last couple of days. In the last 72 hours, Mark Cuban announced that he is stepping away from the show Shark Tank, which I believe he's been on for something around 16 years. And he also announced that he is selling the majority stake of the Dallas Mavericks. However, buried in the second part of the Shab Sharania tweet yesterday, announcing the sale of the majority stake to Miriam Alderson and casino tycoon Adelson family for a valuation in the range of $3.5 billion. It is going to be one of the most unique setups in NBA history because Cuban keeps shares in the team and full control of basketball operations. So here you have the Adelson family and Miriam Adelson herself, the fifth richest woman in the world per Forbes. She inherited 56% of Las Vegas Sands Corporation when her husband and founder of the company died in 2021. The Las Vegas Sands Company is the largest casino company in the world, and Mark Cuban has an overall vision of turning Dallas into the next Las Vegas. When I say Dallas as the next Las Vegas, do you see that happening?
I've never been to either city, so I have no clue.
So we can just make it up in our heads.
I have no clue what that means. So they're trying to bring
it's provocative. It gets the people going.
To Dallas?
So
that's like I'm confused. And isn't Dallas much larger?
Correct.
Than
One of
Vegas?
the things that makes Vegas so perfectly situated to be Las Vegas is the smallness of the Strip and the walkability of the Strip. But Mark Cuban apparently believes that casino resorts could make Texas the #1 tourism destination in the nation. So instead of people coming to the United States of America to go to New York or California or Las Vegas or Miami or Disney World, Disneyland, it would be Texas and casinos. And this business move is a big step in that direction and trying to create a new arena for the Dallas Mavericks where there would be a betting element attached to it, a casino-like element attached to it. If you hate sports gambling, Mom, I hate to be the bearer of bad news. The train is far out of the station, and it is the significant way of the future in sports, and this is going to play a part. But there are some people who are like, okay, Mark Cuban, what's going on? Because you leave Shark Tank, you sell the majority stake of the Mavs. Some people have openly questioned, could he one day be a political candidate?
I hope not. I just
more
can't,
billionaires for
I can't do
more
another,
billionaires as politicians not going to get you.
Bloomberg and Perot, wasn't Perot a billionaire also? Ross Perot was just an ultra rich dude, and Trump. Like I just can't do ultra wealthy people running for political office.
Well, there's such a massive gap between the ultra wealthy and most of us in this universe. We will see though. From a sports standpoint, I mean, this was the lead on all the business journals this morning. My Axios, not the sports side of it, but the news side of it, included this. It's a massive deal. And
if that's what the goal is, to make Texas the destination for international travel, then yeah, it makes sense for it to be big news. I question whether or not that can happen, or the likelihood of that happening, because Texas is so far away from the coast. You rattled off 3 or 4 different cities/states, and almost all of them sit on the coast.
Except for Las Vegas.
All of that does Vegas get a ton of international travel?
Yes.
Okay. I ponder, if we look at international travel, top 10, top 25 international travel destinations in the United States, I wonder how many of them aren't right there on the coast. And while Vegas, you could say, I'll concede Vegas, sure, a lot of international travel to Vegas. I really don't know, but I'll concede that. Nevada touches the coast. Nevada touches California, who touches the coast, excuse me.
By affiliation.
So, like, it's one removed from the coast, whereas Texas is how many states removed from the east and west coast. And then when you think about coming up from the south, you're coming up through Mexico. I ponder how successful they'd be in turning it into a international tourist destination.
It is big. The big D. Trying to have a play on the international stage.
Are we trying to turn the big D into international?
Yes.
Or are we trying to turn all of Texas?
It's
Is it
Texas
just Dallas?
in its entirety, but with an emphasis on Dallas. And the thought process is that by this particular family buying the Mavs, the most expensive sports purchase ever. Is it really just a lobbying play for them to be more heavily handed in trying to get leverage of opening up the Texas market and Dallas specifically to become, the it place of travel in the U.S., and so much of that being surrounded by casinos and the opportunity for gambling, not just sports gambling, but gambling, period. It's very interesting.
The Jessica Benson Show with CJ Hart, live every weekday at 8 a.m.